Welcome back to the Chisholm Invitational after our 10-ish minutes. We'll sit with that, with our 10-ish minutes breaks. With our next game of the day, which is St. Eugene's versus SPCC. After SPCC had a bye last game as well, so they'll be ready and rearing to jump into a game.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, SPCC, they are the last undefeated team now, following, STMC dropping to Chisholm Maroon, and I believe they want to stay that way, but they're going up against a team, in St. Eugene. They did win earlier today. They're coming in hot. They're at a nice 50-50 record at 2-2, and this could be a chance to really make a statement and sort of topple down that giant. But, looking at these teams, I believe as one person said, there's a lot of numbers on one side in regards to ranks, not as many on the other.
Definitely St. Eugene are going to have a very hard time here with the matchup. Looking like SPCC is maybe going to be banning out every single jungler that he might play. Just get rid of anyone who is ranked in it. Yeah, it looks like there will be that. The Kane and the Rengar goes out. If I was Bexa, I would be very afraid right now.
Yeah, I think Bexa is going to be targeted, and Hey I'm Purple is probably going to be going after that jungle hard. Now, I'm going to be approaching this game similar to how I approached last week, where I feel SPCC, they're probably going to win this game.
Yeah.
I want to see how clean they can do it, how strong they can execute, because if we're taking both these teams on sheer skill alone, SPCC is going to win this game.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, craziness can happen. You never know. Internet can die.
People can just forget how to play.
G2 can beat SKT at Worlds.
Garen
Anything
Yumi
can happen. So the point I'm getting at, though, it's all about how can SPCC look in a game that should be going their way. Are they clean? Are they confident? I mean, they're one of my picks to make it to the finals, along with the Maroons. And I want that pick to be confirmed to me as they're actually, taking a page from our first game's book, locking in that Mordekaiser.
The M45T3R and KN1GHT.
Master Knight.
You gotta say it like M45 to 3.
I don't.
Master Knight. Yeah.
I do not.
Yeah, but Master Knight will be picking in Mordekaiser. However, he did hover over the Alawi, and then the breadiest boy is going to be picking up the Alawi there to combat the Mordekaiser. So whether he had a little bit of an influence there from Master Knight, or whether he just wanted to play the Alawi to begin with, or maybe that was Master Knight flexing hard, knowing that Breadist Boy played Alawi.
Yeah, I'm thinking, they did. No bans were sent to that top lane. Breadist Boy, I'm assuming, plays a lot of Alawi. They would have done their research. It's like, I know where you're going. Daring him to lock it in. It does get locked in. So I'm expecting fireworks in that top lane.
Some mutual respect there coming out from SPCC. Almost trying to put themselves at somewhat of a handicap, which we'll see if that overconfidence again plays into anything.
I also do like the Amumu pick at the moment for, St. Eugene. I feel it's a nice, safe jungle.
Yep.
Very straightforward. And when you're sort of at the level where this school is at, these are the kind of things that you can play around.
Yeah.
Nico getting locked in for Ham Yellow. That got a reaction out of you as, okay.
Yeah.
Master Yi's getting a reaction out of me right now.
I mean, let's just go back to that Amumu pick. It works very well with Alawi. You hold everyone in place, you get all those tentacles, they start slapping, and then Alawi by herself can be someone that is a very sleeper skilled. And the Shaco ban there coming out from St. Eugene is interesting, being that the jungle has already been locked in, or maybe, wait a second, the support's called Shaco Not Found.
Okay.
Support Shaco.
Honestly, I've been playing so much Earth that whenever I see a Shaco ban, I'm just happy as is. Just get him.
Get him out. I don't want to see two Shacos on the field at once. I don't even want to see the one.
Exactly. So I'm not going to be too upset on this one. But yeah, the Nico is a strong pick. I'm expecting it'll be Glacial Augment Nico. I'm hoping it's going to be Glacial Augment Nico.
What about on AD attack?
Could be.
On hit?
Could be.
I mean, you don't know.
You don't know, but they are seemingly picking for roles again, similar to that last game. So I'm actually expecting Caspi to be taking that E into the mid lane, which has me very curious, especially into a Nico. I feel like that's a really unfortunate matchup for the E.
I am looking at this, being like, what are the chances? What are the chances that we see Master Yi and a Yuumi bot lane?
Low.
Low?
I'm gonna
ruin me like
I'm gonna
that.
ruin you because I'm also seeing Xayah being covered. They're picking for roles like we saw last time. Although Master Yi Yuumi bot lane would be interesting.
I was just only saying that because the Master Yi pick into that Nico was so odd that it was maybe gonna be like the Yuumi pick, the Garen Yuumi obviously being a very popular bot lane, that so much so that one of them is always banned out in ranked now. Everyone's afraid of it. But the final pick there for SPCC being Vayne and the Nautilus, looking like a pretty stock standard bot lane.
Yeah, Nautilus has definitely become, I feel, that flavor of the month when it comes to supports, but the Lovers duo actually getting locked in, so that I like. A bit more convention coming out of St. Eugene, something that I feel they need. Don't get me wrong, I am all for comfort over meta, but when you go as hard comfort as Master Yi mid lane, I'm thinking you have to step up and prove to me, okay, is this pick going to work? And against Nico, I'm super concerned. I feel like, the Tingle Barbs can just grab the minute Master Yi comes out of alpha, throw down, the Q, and all of a sudden it's just bop, 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 and he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I even wonder whether that Nico pick was maybe picked to counter that Amumu. That if she is able to get the ult off while Amumu is ulting, the ult still transition. It doesn't get stopped. So we'll see whether that happens, which will be actually a nice counter to that Amumu one and show some type of counter play per se. But I mean, if this was the days of AP Master Yi, I would have fully expected this, but those AP ratios have been nerfed into oblivion.
It's shame, really.
So I mean, who doesn't love getting hit for 1k damage, bouncing to 7 people while you can't hit him whatsoever?
I mean, Yasuo exists, but yeah, I do feel like Master Yi, AP Yi was a lot of fun. There's a reason why it's gone. I'm also really excited to see Shaco not found. I did see a lot of the SPCC colors during the UQ's high school tournament. They had a good run. They didn't make it that far, but Shaco not found was not on that team then. I believe it was Hey I'm White was the support, I believe. So definitely someone different. I'm excited to see if Shaco not found can pick up that mantle. It could be even the same player with a name change. I'm not entirely certain on that, but it is a new name for the team that I'm excited to see. Also, Hey I'm Blue is a new color as well.
Well, I assume that if we're going off, I mean, there is 3 people there with Hey I'm some type of color. So I mean, they definitely do have that name synergy, which is
it is SPCC colors.
Oh yeah, there you go. Maybe they changed it. I mean, was that let's theory craft? Did they come up with the name beforehand? Did they change their name? Which means that's a really hard flex.
I like to think it's their favorite colors. So and they changed their name go with the team.
My favorite color is Master Knight. It's really unique. So it's a deep shade of purple. It's a really deep shade of purple.
That got you cracked me. Kudos to you.
Finally,
you cracked me on that one. I mean, it's not what got me there is just the fact that it's Master Knight playing a Mordekaiser who is a knight. Yeah, and it's just like, there we go.
It's TFT meta.
But I also remembered him being on the team before. It was 4 colors and then Master Knight, and I'm like, okay.
So and the top laner is usually the one by himself anyway, so it's kind of like the rest of the team and then Master Knight.
Well, yeah, exactly. Top laners aren't part of the team. They're like, the bass player in a band. They're just there.
Okay, I play bass. That's highly offensive.
I play bass too, all right? So I know where I'm going from with this.
All right, good. I was just making sure. But, I mean, this game looks like it. I would love to say that this would be purely for SPCC, but I would love to see St. Eugene come out with something. I mean, the Zyra Khan is just a really good cohesive bot lane to begin with. It doesn't take much for them for that bot lane to not work.
It is, but I'm also worried that St. Eugene has gone too late game.
Yeah.
I've had a talk recently with, some OCS players, and in regarding to matchups when you're coming at it from behind or lesser skill, and their general attitude is you don't want to play your scaling team composition against a team that's supposed to be better than you because they're not going to let you scale.
Yeah.
You're never going to get to that late game phase. And I'm worried that Master Yi, he needs items before he gets going. Alawi, unless you get off to a hot start, usually needs 1 or 2 completed items. And even the Lovers duo in the bot lane, unfortunately, you don't really want to fight too hard against Vayne Nautilus at any stage. So it's I'm worried that they've sort of dug themselves into a hole that unless Bexa really pops off on the Amumu and gets some amazing ganks off with that bandage toss, I'm talking at level 2 Amumu ganks, this side is not going to get that lead that they need.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very, very interested to see how this plays out. I would love to see this... The Wukong, however, wasn't going Dark Harvest, which I thought would have been a possibility there to play that Assassin Amumu, which is very early game orientated, as opposed to, say, the later game comps. And you just saying, I mean, it is a Glacial Nico, but you saying that the Zaya and the Rakan, and especially some of the other St. Eugene teams there being very late game oriented, the Nico needs 3 items to really get efficient.
Yes.
She also does need kills around the board to get that active item CDR reduced. I've played quite a bit of Nico recently, not to some great success, but I've played some Nico. But just knowing how that Glacial Nico needs to play out, you do need to get a few items before you actually even start doing anything.
And while I agree with that, the whole point of the argument, though, I was making is that the team that has, like, I suppose, you know, the higher skill cap, like the higher skill level, more likely to get to that late game. And I feel it's just going to be super hard for St. Eugene together with their team composition they put together.
Yeah.
Dark Harvest Amumu is probably not that early ganking Amumu I was hoping to see. I wanted to see, honestly, I was thinking crazy. Like, I kind of wanted to see, like, Electrocute Amumu going hard AP. I feel that actually could have been that wrench into the works that could have given St. Eugene the edge in this one.
Yeah, especially the Wukong, the Nico, and the Vayne aren't too... I mean, the Nico does have some escape potential if you end up, say, queuing onto the wrong clone. But they are still very squishy. Nico is someone who you can take down extremely easily. And
we have seen, you know, even Mordekaisers can lose lane. If we had been watching that last game, you would know what I'm talking about there. So definitely there still could be options for Bexa. I just, again, going scaling when you are a team that's the underdog, essentially underdogs trying to scale, makes life super difficult. But you never know if they can play strong defense, not let themselves get caught out by, you know, errant dredge lines and Wukong's flying out of jungles. And if they can play that defensive game, get to that 30-minute mark, get a couple of items under their belt, anything can happen in this one.
Well, even that Yi. I mean, well known for years just being able to just delete teams altogether 1v5s. He is running Halo Blade, so looking at going very, very aggressive. We'll see how that stacks up against the Nico, definitely playing a more supporty type mid laner there, definitely more for utility as opposed to damage, which is interesting. That's why I was kind of expecting the Wukong to play quite a more aggressive there, maybe seeing a Dark Harvest, just because, the Nico does fall more into, say, a second support utility as opposed to anything else.
Yeah, but also is why I'm a bit surprised why Hey I'm Yellow has opted to run the Ignite as opposed to something like the Teleport.
Yeah.
If going for the secondary utility role. I feel like if you wanted to go aggressive and go kill lane and go something like LeBlanc or go any of the assassins, I think there would have been options for that. Granted, I do feel utility mages are the thing right now if we're looking at meta. Yeah. They've been seeing a lot of, you know, Oriannas and the likes in play recently. So.
Orianna's never really left the meta, though. She's always kind of just sitting just underneath as a really good safety pick.
I love Orianna. Orianna is my favorite character to watch to watch play. Like, one of my favorite mid laners. Shockwaves are amazing. One of my least favorite mid laners to go up against.
Yeah, it is so weird how much damage can come out of an Orianna just suddenly. The QE combo just, and then you just health goes down. It can be a complete pain.
As we are waiting to get into this game, I just believe a little bit of a buffering issue has gone through, so we will be getting started very, very shortly.
Just get some more time to talk about the game, the team comp, the team fighting capabilities. I mean, we've seen Amumus before in the past. One of the other teams that aren't in this tournament, but Intrapilli, are very, very, they very pick Amumu quite a lot. That was a great sentence. They very pick Amumu quite a lot.
Yes.
Amumu, the way that they use Amumu, however, is they do a lot of lane ganking. So, I mean, if they are able to pull that out with Bexa, being able to get those Dark Harvest stacks quite early on. And I mean, if he is going to be playing Dark Harvest, it is only feasible that he might be running the full AP.
Yeah, that definitely could be the case. And again, Dark Harvest, I mean, it is going to hit like a truck later, but eventually, you know, that Amumu will be something to deal with. It's just a matter of whether or not it can get to that stage.
Yeah.
And I feel like you need a lot of stacks, like 15, 20 stacks really, before I think the Dark Harvest will be relevant. I'm almost speculating, and this is pure speculation, I could be wrong. Amumu was playing some Earth As you know, in Earth, you run Dark Harvest, and possibly forgot to chase Masteries back.
Maybe that might be the issue there. He's just come off Earth. Unfortunately, this is not Earth, so you won't get those stacks going on. But looks like we've jumped into game now. We are 2 minutes into the game, so we've skipped all that early game boringness. You know, the basic jungle starts.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. The gold lead's exactly the same, and there's been no team fight, so you didn't miss out on anything.
No, but there is a gank happening right now in the mid lane. Actually, Hey, I'm Purple jumping onto Cat Speed, who's going to be able to walk away on half health. Flash was held onto, so we came back just in time to see a gank happen on the minimap, and you know what? I'm okay with that.
There we go. And I mean, where do you think this? Do you think that this Wukong? Where do you think this is priority?
Oh, at the moment it's been mid lane, but really, we constantly should be bought as crazy characters in a lot of trouble. The flash forward from Shaco not found is not enough to secure the first blood. Hey, I'm Blue still looking for it. Quasi will be able to walk away, but a narrow escape for the bot lane of St. Eugene.
Yeah, unfortunately, the auto attack cancelled. Otherwise, that would have secured it. I've done that a few times, which have been casted on streams, and I know exactly how that feels. So that's very unfortunate there for the Nautilus, but I mean, these things happen.
Yeah, so we've seen, you know, 2 plays go down at the moment, a couple of ganks being started by SBCC. They've been the aggressors in both of these fights, as it looks like Master Knight's almost being a bit of an aggressor again. This is an SBC squad. I mean, I like to see they're coming out aggressive. I think that is the confidence, looking at this matchup, feeling like they probably are the better team.
Yeah.
Good job for St. Eugene to sort of hold off, not give up first blood just yet. I'm curious if they can keep this defense going as Bredia's boy. That could be the one in trouble. It's a nice bandage toss from Vexa, but really there's no help from the rest of the team there just yet. A little bit premature. That could have been great had it been a couple seconds later.
Yeah, I mean, again, there was maybe a bit of an overextension there on SPCC's part, but that was quite a nice Amumu gang. Of course, probably waited a little bit longer there to maybe have full effect, but I mean, it did its job. They pushed them off the tower.
Yeah, it does, you know, relieve some of that pressure being put on the bot lane at the moment, but unfortunately, it's not going to stay that way for too long, as Vexa did have to back after following that. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Cat Speed, that is that tangle bars we were talking about out of the Alpha Strike. The trades are just so easy for Hey, I'm Yellow, who's going to flash. Does the Ignite have the ticks? No, because a little bit of healing there will keep Cat Speed alive.
The meditation. I was wondering if he did have it up or whether it was on cooldown, and I guess he just wanted to wait till the last second to make it a really good stream to show it off there. But the Nico as well, being able to really smartly play into where Marcy Alpha striked and being able to catch him as soon as he came out. But there's a Mumu maybe catching the Mordekaiser.
Yeah, Master Knight in a bit of trouble. It's a 2v1. Flash is available. When will it be used? A little bit of a decoy right there. Master Knight's not getting out of this one. Yes, he has Flash, but he's doing too much damage. He falls. Vexa does stay alive, as does Bredia's voice. So a huge first blood actually for St. Eugene.
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned there. The Alawi didn't have any tentacles surrounding there, so the damage potential maybe possibly could have been lost out. But the extra healing there coming out from the spirit that she pulled out of Mordekaiser. How do you pull out Mordekaiser's spirit?
I mean, there's something in there, right?
There's something, but you know, Shadow Isles. I mean, he banishes you to the Shadow Realm. It's like, how does? I was about to say, how does Cassio do my boots, but that one changed a while ago.
Yeah.
How does Vel'Koz get caught by a trap?
He sticks his head in it. Interesting action.
Very bad punchline.
That was the first thing that came to my mind, was just like Vel'Koz kind of like spinning, like, but not in a circle, but like.
I would like to think it was just like the one tentacle that just dragged along the ground and it got caught.
Oh, I was thinking Kassadin, which makes even less sense if you think about it.
Is his head caught in it? It's like, yeah, all right. Let's slowly transition over to this gank in the mid lane.
Yeah, this is a bad time right now for Cat Speed, who does not have Splash. Alpha Strike will only do so much. Actually turning the damage back to Ham Purple with that Ignite. Nearly gets a kill. Up top, Master Knight thinks he has Bredia's boy. He's flashing, trying to escape. The race is on, and the Flash Q secures the kill for Master Knight. So, 1 all apiece. Dredgeline does not connect. Again, I'm liking what St. Eugene is doing. Like, they are doing a good job in staying alive and getting out of a lot of these situations, minus what happened to Bredia's boy.
Yeah.
But I need to call attention to the CS differentials happening across all the lanes right now.
Yeah, there is a huge CS discrepancy. I mean, in the mid lane is probably the most visible one there, 38 to 13. And it looks like Bane will go in on top.
Yeah, that was a great condemn into the wall. Crazy Character trying to buy some time. It was a good knock-up from Quasi, but it's not enough to keep Crazy Character alive. So, kill will be secured by Hey, I'm Blue. And this is more of the SBCC colors we were expecting to see. Need to be careful, Vexa's waiting.
Yeah, I mean, he's just doing the old, the second time he might be doing this event as well. He's hugging that wall there. Movement might be going around for a gank.
Yeah, he's not been spotted as here he comes in. He's going right onto Ham Blue. That's a lot of damage being thrown on this Vayne. The flash forward with the Tears are there, but not enough to secure the kill. Now Bexa needs to escape, but the Silver Bolts do so much. Doesn't matter. Mash Rage Bandits just doesn't get the kill, and they take each other out in that bot lane.
What? Oh, a Mumu. He's just flying in out of nowhere. That was such a max range Q. There's Spider-Man coming out there from nowhere. That was insane. Oh, I mean, I'm proud. The word I would use is I'm proud of Zamumu for going back in.
I mean, he wasn't going to run away and get out of that one alive, so you might as well turn around and do what you can, and that's got to be fantastic for, you know, morale and momentum for St. Eugene. Unfortunately, Ham Blue did get the double kill throughout all that, so now Vayne's going to be coming back in lane with that Bilgewater Cutlass. That's an extra bit of sustain, and that means, you know, more pressure being put on Crazy Character and Quasi in the bot lane, but Vexa's not done. I sit on Master Knight, and again, should be able to do quite a bit with those boots of swiftness. Master Knight is not going to be able to run away from Bexa. His only option is to turn around and fight and possibly take things to the Shadow Realm, but it was on cooldown, so the shutdown goes to Bexa.
Yeah, I mean, Bexa's showing why they needed to ban him out, but even still, I believe that now coming in, it might be an easy pick.
Curse of the Sad Money, he's going to buy some time, and hey, I'm yellow with the snipe, does take the jungler down, so it feels like for every good play Bexa is making, unfortunately, Colors are taking one right back.
Yeah, they're sitting right there. It looks like there would be another fight.
Oh, here comes the depth charge right onto Crazy Character, who's not quite 6 lat. No Featherstorm available, means Hey and Blue should be able to try and run this one down, but they changed their focus onto Quasi, and mixed focus means the bot lane will get away.
Yeah, let's see if let's wait a little bit longer to see if anything else will happen, but it doesn't look like that because everything's kind of gone back to their lanes respectfully. But, I mean, that was a ridiculously good gank there as well from Bex, so let's just not forget about that. Being able to help out the top lane as much as possible. He's currently sitting 3-2-0. He's building more tank there, so I guess what the Dark Harvest might be a nerf misplay there. But, I mean, it will help in the damage. It certainly helped him secure a couple kills.
Yeah, I'm against going tank a Moo, which sounds so bizarre, but he really has to set himself up to be the carry of this team and to get them through this early game. And like with how aggressive he's playing with these kills that he set up, if he goes tank, he hasn't really had the backup from his team yet, and I think he won't have the damage to actually secure these trades in his favor. So I think that might be a bit of a misplay, unfortunately, going for the Cinderhulk as opposed to something like the AP variant, I suppose, as Catspeed's in a lot of trouble. Hey, I'm Purple's going to go ahead, drop that ultimate, get the knockup, and secure this one. Actually passing it over to Hey, I'm Yellow. It looks like Flash from Catspeed buys time. Purple will be able to secure that one. This is a rough game for Catspeed. Already 40 CS down, and we aren't even 10 minutes in, but here comes Bexa. This is what I'm talking about. If he had that damage, maybe he would have been able to secure the kill. So the Pop Blossom might turn things around. A great use of the Glacial Augment, slowing Bexa, who has to run for his life. Up top, Readiest Point, Master Knight kind of going at it underneath that tower. Master Knight will be fine, actually content just to trade. Might look for something. Ultimate coming out of Readiest Boy, but it's not going to connect on much. Still trying to chase it into the Shadow Realm. We go. Master Knight doing a lot of damage, secures that kill. Also, Bexa gets found in the jungle, and suddenly it looks as if the colors are starting to explode.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously, if you're going to be running the Dark Cover stacks, then you might as well be going the full AP that's in the whole coordinate will help you much there.
Right happening down below. A great depth charge gets both members. His Crazy Character is the focus. Featherstorm by some time bringing those feathers in. Only Root Shaco not found. Not going to try and turn that one around, so the bot lane will escape. Good escape yet again for the bot lane, but they're just not getting any offensive plays going whatsoever, or are they? Interesting play coming from Catspeed, immediately gets hit with the Tangle Bards, and that's already a third of the health gone.
Yeah, the Hextech item has been bought there for the Nico, so she is going to be having those huge team fight slows, making it very, very difficult to be able to run away from her. Speaking of slows, the Mordekaiser was also picked up in Live.
Yeah, and the other thing as well, Bexa trying to jump into that bot lane. Bandage tosses into the wave, so he's only collecting minions right now, just trying to get some farm going. Really, I feel this is something St. Eugene needs, as they are down CS in every single lane now. A lot of them by 40 or more.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, this was probably going to happen. The Amumu hopefully looking like he maybe goes for an ult here, but I don't know if he'll find it.
Oh, he might. Here comes Chris at the side money, and that's Crazy Character getting a lot of damage. They are able to find Hey, I'm Blue. Next target will be Shaco, not found. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Hey, I'm Yellow once again catching with the Tangle Bombs. Alpha Strike will only buy so much time, and Yellow secures the kill off screen. Up top, successful gank as well. Breadis Boy does fall, so across the map, kills left, right, and center. Overall, 2 for 1 in favor of the colors.
Yeah, and I mean, if this was happening and say Eugene were able to pick up these one-off kills, I mean, they would have probably been at a much better advantage now, but the one kill in the bot lane usually transitioned into 2 kills somewhere else, and that's why we're looking at the 10-4. For every kill that, say, Eugene has, SBC.
You say for every kill that, say, Eugene has, it's for every kill that Bexa has.
Yeah, I mean,
really, it goes back the other way, and you got to give credit for Bexa. He is doing a great job trying to fight back, and actually opting for that blasting wand. So after the Cinder Hulk is going to go for that more AP build. I imagine that's probably going towards Rylai's to help chase things down, but already starting to lose jungle control. Hey, I'm Purple trying to get a bit of a gank as another great depth charge connects with 2. Crazy Character gonna be that first target, has to flash defensively. Quasi going ahead, you know, and dropping that ultimate, doing a nice little bit of dancing and charming. Does save his AD carry, flashing away from the Tangle Barbs, buying so much time, but really, what can a lone Rakan do? Not too much is the answer.
Yeah, unfortunately, it may have been a bit of a disaster.
Oof, as Bexa, as well as the help from Catspeed, actually get a nice shutdown on the Hey, I'm Purple, and that gets Catspeed on the board, something they need as Breadis Boy walks right into Master Knight. The mid laner in the jungle should be beelining there, but I don't think they can save Breadis Boy from the Shadow Realm. Master Knight secures that kill as the rest of St. Eugene do back away.
Yeah, I mean, as a Mordekaiser in that situation, would it have been better to save your ult, particularly, especially if that Amumu comes along? I mean, at that point, you can kind of just run that Alawi as much as you... I mean, you are 4 kills up on her with a Rylai's with a full completed item, and Alawi is forced now to play very reactionary. I'm probably looking at maybe going for a Spirit Visage, as opposed to, say, her Black Cleaver, which she desperately needs to even have a little bit of, or a Sterix Gate.
Yeah, I mean, someone on this team needs to be going damage as we're saying, Hey, I'm Yellow. Once again, going after Catspeed, who dropped the ultimate, but just did not have the damage really to keep a sustained fight going. Shaco not found, roaming up to try and find something to help out the team. Here comes the hook. It connects onto Bexa. Not who you want, but the Curse's Head might mean something for now. Banish also to the back line, slashing onto the AD carry. Curse's Head Money comes down, but the Pop Blossom is doing damage on the backside for St. Eugene. Hey, I'm Purple on a bit of a spree, gets the double, looking for the triple, but Master Knight goes ahead and steals that away. Huge fighting going in favor of the colors.
Yeah, the Master Knight is also blue under his torment, so he's only been doing more and more damage in a team fight, and that cheeky teleport into the back line there, being able to pick up a kill there is going to secure him a 5 kills, and they're down to 450 gold and potentially another tower as well. I mean, it is slowly looking like it's going to be very hard to come back from this.
You say slowly, I feel like, you know, this game has like got the rocket jets put onto it, because we're looking at a 13k differential under 15 minutes in. This game has really been all colors, save for a couple nice plays coming out of Bexa. And this is what I wanted to see from this team, and it's just pure lane dominance. It's winning the game in terms of just lane fundamentals, out CSing, getting your gold income that way, and then starting to take the trades and fights once you have, you know, the items on your side. But Bexa still trying to make things happen, gets, you know, condemned a bit of the way to safety, but this does leave Crazy Character on his own, trying to buy some time, pulling those feathers bats, gets one root down on the Shaco not found, as Bexa's trying to find another way back in, but he'll just get eaten alive by Hey, I'm Blue, and without the main damage dealer for the team, I do not believe St. Eugene wants this fight. Down goes Crazy Character after a nice dredge line coming from Shaco not found, and the blue buff still alive, just kind of having a nice wander around through the battlefield. This was started because of him. Catspeed trying to get the flank, gets pinned immediately to the wall. He will fall as well, as this is Hey, I'm Blue becoming unstoppable. Quasi now in a bad situation, jumps over the wall to safety. Breadis Boy and Quasi should back away. Blue buff just saying, everyone, leave me alone. I just want to live in my little cave in peace, but colors not having it. Blue is on the menu today.
Just leave him alone. He just walked around consistently. He was just like worried that no one would love him, and then he's gonna take him away. For what? A bit of cooldown reduction, some mana regen. How dare you? Anyway, there's the old Void Scuttle there pushing into the top lane after Mordekaiser had taken down one tower and chunking down a bit of the inhibitor turret there. As well, a Cloud Drake, I believe, will be taken there for SBCC colors, and we'll see how fast they can close this game out.
Yeah, for all things considered, that's actually quite a late Cloud Drake in this one.
Yeah.
But then again, it's a Cloud Drake, so I don't feel Lewis Large's priority. It kind of became an afterthought, really, for the team as they're backing away. Like, I guess we can just take this Cloud Drake on our way out.
The blue buff had more priority than the Cloud Drake.
Yeah. The team fight craziness we saw was over the blue buff. It was not over the Cloud Drake, so definitely kind of just shows where these teams' mentality are at, and I think the blue buff was the priority because it was their enemy's blue buff. They wanted to take that away, just like, they're taking away Catspeed, who is a bit too deep in that mid lane. Into the Shadow Well goes Quasi. It means he cannot escape. Master Knight should be able to beat him down. Interesting play from Bison Crazy characters. Not going to work because there are too many damage items on Hey I'm Blue, who is on a small bit of a rampage himself. Yellow, yes, he did get the kill, but the damage came from the Vayne, and now they're looking to take some inhibitors. Getting pulled into the team is Brennan's Boy, caught by the Tangle Barbs. Down he falls, an ace for SPCC.
It's definitely interesting to see over the past 2 games that we've watched today the difference of the Mordekaisers and showing how proactive a Mordekaiser can be using those ults to basically remove someone from the game altogether. And also SPCC colors, we've already pushed this to finish. I mean, they do have such an advantage that I don't think even Pokemon look at this.
I mean, when you walk straight into him, it's a bad time as well. Another huge depth charge just secures 3 more kills for the Colors, who are building a nice rainbow over the top of this red side nexus. Those inhibitors and towers are falling. Brennan's Boy and Bexa, what can they do in the 2v5? I can't imagine too much. Another great dredge line connects onto Bexa, who has to retreat back to the fountain. But Brennan's Boy, that's actually a big ultimate. It's getting everyone in place. The Pop Blossom trying to stop him. The Curse of the Sad Mummy was on cooldown, so in the end, Brennan's Boy is the one who falls. Pausing, trying to buy time, gets on the Master Knight, but then gets pulled back in. No, that's actually Bexa with the bandage shots. He falls, unfortunately, to Hey I'm Yellow, and that really was the hope for St. Eugene's. The Nexus will fall now despite Catspeed's Alpha Strike, and this will be the Colors taking the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, as hard as Bexa tried to play, he couldn't get over the rainbow of the SPCC Colors. I mean, just really good game there coming out from SPCC. I feel like sometimes they didn't respect the damage that was coming out of the Mumu there, being able to pick up a few cheeky kills there, and support his team along the way. I mean, he did have all the kill participation. Yeah, even the one assist there was, I mean, St. Eugene's was Bexa in that game, but overall, as a team, SPCC Colors turned out to be the better one.
Yeah, and again, we came into this game wanting to learn a bit more about SPCC, and what we learned, I guess, from that is lane dominance. Like, they won every single lane.
Yeah.
Through farming and positioning alone, and that just comes from experience in the game, understanding lane dynamics, understanding champion dynamics and interactions, and they were just able to bully their way into such a huge advantage without actually having to make many big, ganking kill plays. Like, they just did it through fundamentals. When they had the advantages, that's when they pulled the triggers. That's when they started looking for fights. The skirmishes were always in St. Eugene's side of the map.
Yeah.
And it was just, pure domination. 18 minutes, 22 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, that says it all.
I mean, when the whole map was SPCC's map, you can't really go anywhere.
Exactly.
I mean, let's give out MVP and Ace. I mean, let's start with Ace, Bexa, yeah. I mean, that he did manage to hold St. Eugene's together. He was the glue that kept them all together. And if any hope came through, it would have been with him. And then I think it's a little bit hard again for SPCC. I mean,
if I were to pick one, I'm not sure you'll agree with me. I'm leaning towards Shaco Not Found just because I didn't see him hit less than 2 people per ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, the depth charges were actually really consistent now going back into that bottom lane there. Definitely, I mean, the Vayne ended up being 10 and 2, and you can't really get that as a Vayne unless you do have a good support that's backing you up the whole time. So, I mean, I actually agree with you on that one. Yeah, let's give it to Shaco Not Found.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say, any one member was particularly miles above any other on SPCC. Like, that was just every single member on that team stepped up, except for maybe Hey I'm Purple. And I'm not calling him out. It's just I know this feeling. When you are a jungler and all your lanes are winning and getting kills on their own, you sometimes wonder, what am I actually supposed to do right now? Like, I don't need to do anything, right? I just need to, farm and I guess get objectives. So it wasn't his fault. He didn't really seem as relevant in that game, but yeah, I love the Nautilus play. I mean, Mordekaiser as well, 162 CS in 18.5 minutes. Very strong showing. He Flame Horizoned his opponent in under 20 minutes. That is a dominant performance. So I'd say secondary MVP would go to Master Knight. Yeah. And I find it hilarious that the 2 players who we're highlighting are the 2 that
don't have any colors.
Yeah, are the 2 non-colors of the colors. I think that's
Well, I guess I don't have any closing statements here. Do you have anything else you would like to say?
One more week before UQ.
One more week before UQ, and then even then, it's only a couple days until the Saturday, the 9th of November. So we will see you next time. I've been Shuai, this has been Max, formal casting. Remember that @ sign. And we'll see you guys next week here at the Chisholm Invitationals.